Hello one and all, and welcome back one final time to Pikmin 2. I am the Max of You Trades. In the last part, we got every single piece of treasure that there was to gain. We also, I happened to slide in the little tiny fact that, you know, the whole reason that the plot of this game happened at all is all Louie's fault. And that's kind of why I've not been treating him so fantastically. There's also some stuff that happens in Pikmin sequels that also make him not exactly an endearing character. But we're not here for any of that. We're here to finish up what we started and look at all of the final treasures, read everything that there is to read, and read the other thing that we get in the Piccolopedia that's really weird. We'll get to it. You've collected the Succulent series. Plunge into the juicy world of alien cuisine. You've collected the Xenoflora series. Botanists will fog their spectacles over these wonders. You've collected the Paleontology series, which I actually was able to say. Who knows what beasts left these behind? You've collected the Ancient Secret series. This old junk will make romantics weep with joy. You've collected the Tortured Artist series. Everyone's inner artist will crave this set. You've collected the Space Love series. These designs transcend intergalactic cultural barriers. You've collected the Dream series. Consumers hear the word dream and open their wallets. You've got the Blast from the Past series. My nostalgic pitch will transform these oldies into hits. You've collected the Massive Receptacle series. Hokatations could practically live in these. You've collected the Ancient Ad series. These persuasive logos are amazing attention grabbers. You've collected the Odd Logo series. Indecipherable symbols are all the rage these days. You've got the Titan Dweevil series. Entomologists and film directors will buy them by the whole load. Yeah, I guess they would be pretty good for that, wouldn't they? Alright, let's start with Olimar. The fruit on this planet is astonishingly large. If we could cultivate these ample fruits on Hocotate, nobody would ever go hungry again. Plot of Pikmin 3. Sadly, I don't know anything about agriculture. Maybe I should have listened to my wife when she told me to do yard work. Perhaps. This scrumptious nugget may look delicious, but internal scans indicate a parasitic infestation. The ship can't stand to even look at these pests, let alone store them, but I had to put my foot down on this one. Fate's tapestry has unraveled. Tomorrow weeps. Romance has fallen. Love is madness. To mend the rift between two crossed lovers, this is the ultimate weapon in Cupid's arsenal. This fruit is born of bright sunlight and cheerful warmth. Come, all you gloomy naysayers, one bite and even sad sacks will become foolhardy optimists. I've eaten strawberries. No. Eat one today and change your life. Everything is best in moderation. This fruit is the perfect example of too much of a good thing. Its devastating sweetness is like an act of violence on the palate, scouring all with its succulence. Awash in color and sugars, this item makes an ideal home for many insect species. I'm sure this is valuable to the scientific community, but it has little value as a commodity. Fruits cannot be judged by their outer coverings, no matter how hairy. This one is quite yummy. It is times like these that make me wish I were equipped to advanced taste capabilities. This item's docile efficiency evokes images of wealth and greed. Behold life's essence! The thick, acidic rind of this item is proof positive of its highly elevated mental functions. When I assess it, I am somehow reminded of a particularly hateful superior. Hurry up and devour it! The perfect plant for extra credit research for a Hocotation Elementary pupil science fair. You can be the dad to rely on to help with the homework as long as you possess this beauty. Life finds a way across galaxies. Can a plant from a primitive planet take root in Hocotate soil? Won't you invest in this romantic pursuit? I've never tasted a nut quite like this. It's difficult to explain, but it tastes like sorrow. P.S. I can't shake the feeling that I've been here before. This must be the exact spot where I crash landed last time. This common, ordinary nut somehow reminds me of myself and fills me with sadness. Okay. Life is full, but short. Is this one of those short-lived life forms that changes shape as it ages? Even though it is dried out, it has not lost its unique charm. Perfect for those who love natural designs in their home, this leaf applique is a bargain. Use it in pieces or cover an entire wall in leafiness. This fellow has consumed more nutrients than necessary and now possesses superior fatness. In our harsh world, this is a lifestyle to envy. So you say. All of the plants in this region have interesting characteristics, like this freakish one, for example. Lately, I started the habit of tasting new discoveries. May be dangerous to eat unfamiliar plants, but I've only gotten violently sick a few times. So, good enough, you know? This mutated gourd of titanic proportions is filled with bad seeds. A score if you adore revolution. Put this in a natural history museum and watch the visitors line up waving money. This giant statue was found on a savage planet and comes with its own rumored curse. Does it really come alive under a full moon? Own it and find out. A colossal fossil for collectors of bone. Bones this big make big bone houses seem not so crazy. No, if your house is made of bones, you a crazy person. A twisted shell whose surface is covered in spikes. The durable housing protects a meal that is said to define deliciousness. Where the meal went is known only to Captain Olimar's crew. Womp 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 womp. A fossil of an ancient sea inhabitant. It is most desirable despite its unappealing name. Captain Olimar named it without consulting anyone. He could have at least named it after his faithful spaceship. All that's been discovered of this titanic bird is a single feather. Whatever did it look like. Your imagination is the only tool needed to paint a picture of this dream or nightmare bird. This flavorful item's texture is most agreeable to any life form, or so my data suggests. Do statements like these from a machine without taste buds strike you as odd? More than a little. All that remains of a monster shellfish is a sparkle, the sole proof of its existence. Does this not make you want to treasure it? Snickety snackety, this is now my property. That doesn't work. Snip, think of the colossal creature that had pincers like this. These are the only remains, so your imagination can run wild. Imagination knows no boundaries. According to my analysis, this advanced contraption can reflect the future of those that peer into it. However, when the president looked into it, he saw total darkness. He said it must have been broken, but I'm not so sure. Talking to the boss makes me crave the power to order people around. He just sits on his haunch all day, barking out wildly irrational requests. Blech. When will it be my turn to be the boss? I'm very, very sorry for your loss. Collectors of the rare, assemble! This is a one-of-a-kind specimen of a unique crystal life form. Proof? The true collectors need no proof. This romantic piece could be yours today. Is the future bright or dark and dreary? If you're worried about tomorrow, this is for you. This multi-dimensional crystal visualizes the branches of time and displays the future. This looks exactly like the gyroids that have become so popular on planet Hocotate. Its pitiful expression is beloved by the Hocotate youth. All reason flies in the face of this sparkle. It's not flashy, but it still inspires avarice. Such radiance, such shine. Like magic, this product stimulates greed in all intelligent life forms. Bring your wallets and gather around, buyers. Decades of toil with nose to the grindstone, insulting orders swallowed without a hiccup. Such is the life of a salaried man. His name will not be remembered, his family will not understand, but if the results bear out his efforts, that is enough. Now nose to the grindstone, drone. No sir, I don't like that one. We've worked so hard. I think I could use some rest and relaxation. However, looking at all the valuable treasures we've collected, I think we'll make a huge fortune. Then I could hire an army of butlers to attend to my every whim. And they'd be well compensated, so there you go. The size of this construction rig is astonishing. I could build an entire house in minutes. The strange part is that I don't see any electrical plug on it anywhere. Surely you don't have to power it manually. Everyone enjoys decorating in favorite hues, but it's vital to utilize new colors now and then. This tube of goo will surely help you discover a new you. No artistic inclinations, no color sense, no worries. This no-hassle art implement was found on a primitive planet. From this day forward, you can be an artist of the ages. This is no lazy machine that runs out of power. This point-honing marvel works anywhere, anytime. The manual operation may tire you out, but the exercise will do you good. This clam-like sound generator is all natural. The purity of its percussive tone is irresistible. Clack-clack! Clickety-clack, down the track, it's lots and lots of trains! Does anybody know that commercial other than me? It torments me so. The most powerful magnetic force in the universe. The healing properties of magnetic fields relieve backaches, headaches, toothaches, and even dreaded spleen aches, I think. Wow. Poor me, woe is me, so much work, pity me, boo-hoo, a sigh. These phrases fill one with a sense of sadness, and all are evoked by this mysterious charm. Healing tones are old news? Well, greet the new trend. Super sounds of awakening. Air passing through the inner chamber sounds a high note that acts as an acoustic refreshment. This amazing fortune-telling device follows the flow of fate with eerie accuracy. It calculates the magnetic fields of planets, stars, and living organisms to track the pulse of destiny itself. If you're an optimist who feels that life points both south and north, this is for you. We traveled across the universe to this planet pursuing the dream of great discoveries. I found a cavern that symbolizes the goal of our grand expedition, so I've named it the Dream Den. From the shape of it, I've concluded that this is some kind of data transmission monitor. However, Louie and the ship keep telling me that I'm way off target. I told them if I'm so wrong, what do you think it is? And I don't see you suggesting any alternatives. They're just being negative. I'm going with my gut feeling on this one. Amazing! More than amazing. It is so overwhelming that my CPU is acting... Rebooting. What a spectacular find. The sight of this may warm you when you are cold. A lovely side effect of this valuable treasure. Stone, soil, and the stars themselves radiate with delight for this symbol of galactic desire. Wash away all your stress and angst with the glory of this enduring symbol of love. Long ago, evil forces clashed with the forces of justice. The evil was defeated and locked away in this stone. Am I evil for making up such a tale? Justice, please look the other way. The robot has regrets! This gem holds the shape of the universal symbol of love, yet its cut and light refracting abilities make it a menacing super weapon in disguise. It could be used to create a horrifying doomsday death ray. Or something even worse. We peaceful machines live in eternal fear of the ability of living beings to turn anything into a weapon. Interesting enough. Those who view this gem's green twinkle become filled with great hopes and expectations. However, it rewards neither. This artistic sham only provides short-lived happiness. The cold brilliance of this stone will freeze the hearts of all admirers and sap their wills. Men throughout the universe will gaze upon this and be reminded of their wives. Wow. Alright. This communication monitor was found on an uncivilized planet. Sadly, it is broken and does not work. As such, its purpose cannot be confirmed. Yet that only heightens its irresistible appeal. Reality or a misconception? Either way, you should buy it. Stop asking questions, just buy the thing. Once again, daydreams come alive. This is not just a fine gem, but a rare, inorganic life form. It looks like a common gem, but it is actually a female specimen of a gemstone life form. Collect a male and female, and they will sparkle in the darkness, longing for one another. If you say so. What an odd doll. I can't stop squeezing it. I've decided to market this doll back home as an exercise apparatus. People could work up a good sweat with this thing. The boss is fairly plump. I suggest he uses it. Anything else in here? Yes, there is. Explorers strive, but fate decides. You can prepare and practice for an expedition, but there's only so much a person can do. Sometimes you have to put your life in fate's hands. I've come to understand this intergalactic truth while I've traveled to the farthest reaches of the universe. Fate and I are pretty close. Not the one I wanted. My long journey has led me to this compelling stone. During my quest, I've narrowly escaped being crushed, chewed, ingested, and scorched countless times. But somehow I persevered, and this stone reminds me of that. It's like it has a personality of its own. I'd like to take it back with me and place it in my garden to commemorate this expedition. Don't see why not. Man, there's so much reading! This shape. Though the mind forgets, the heart remembers. All sentient life forms must recall the love of their mothers. Ignoring that. Push it, pull it, bop it, tackle it. This tough figurine just pops right back up no matter what. This is just the thing to get you sweating and shitting those extra holiday pounds. Why, our very own company president was able to drop 10% of his body weight. Shuba shuba. Ugliness that can destroy all beauty drives deep despair into the hearts of the beholder. This hideous item is a must-have for connoisseurs of all things wretched and repellent. Shuba shuba. This is both the pinnacle of beauty and the nadir of ugliness. The definition of ugly beauty. No word for this state exists, but my databank indicates that bugly will suffice. I will not take this Shuba slander. The perfect gift in this age of overwhelming information. This mute face cherishes silence. If you value peace and quiet, why not spend some time staring into this face? 1 hour, 2 hours. I'm feeling drowsy. Energy saving mode initiated. Interesting, that. Gaze into these round eyes and experience wave after wave of joy. Yes, love is good. Spin, spin, thump. Spin this on the ground and look. It throws dirt all over, plowing the field. This is the perfect tool for those on Hokate who want to cultivate mini onions at home. This will extraculate your soul like a magical popcorn. Kaboom! Happiness explodes from within. The shape itself speaks of wondrous things to come. Let us get excited. Just an ordinary spring? Hardly. This is a high-speed thrill ride, tested by one of our employees. Jump aboard for a ride so fast, it'll make you see other worlds. An apocalyptic weapon made of super heavy gravity-compressed materials of unknown origin. The fact that its great weight makes it uncontrollable is at times a mild deterrent. Whatever. This is an incredibly dangerous aquatic explosive, which has fortunately never detonated. None know its true destructive power, but this could well be the most cataclysmic weapon ever. So they say. Peek into this item with a sense of wonder and glimpse a frighteningly gigantic world. This lens is a window into the thrilling world of tiny creatures everywhere. This stone carving was lined up with others as if they were meant to protect something. Proof of a megalithic civilization. I am unsure about that, but bluffing is paramount. Once, on an unknown planet, a megalithic civilization flourished, and this is proof of its existence. For hoarders of ancient artifacts, this is a must-have piece. Truly, collectors will crave it. I do not know if this is true or not, but items in demand fetch higher prices. No height is too great to fall from. If you possess this, it may be frightening, but get over it. For those who care for others, for those who hail subordinates and send them into the unknown, only these few will appreciate this fine, distinctive stone. Did I just describe myself? Perhaps you did. This appears when you have no money to play the lottery, and floats away when you do. The mystic pattern is a magnet for good luck, so at least you can enjoy feeling lucky. At the end of a long life, some beings wish to leave the world and stroll in a field of flowers. Does this desire ever come to fruition? I do not know. But this beautiful deck of luck wafers makes me wonder, even if we machines ponder the great power down at the end of the trail. Dark. The world is divided into two groups, ones and zeros, and occasionally a two, but that's madness. Are you in the winning or losing group? If you love the thrill of the game, but do not care for the outcome, then the stone is for you. It symbolizes both victory and defeat. What a concept! More powerful than effort, more relentless than talent, luck is the true ruler of life. This mystic stone tests the path of luck. So are you the true master of your life? Doubtful! When I get near this captivating treasure, I can't stop myself from spinning it over and over again. I shouldn't spin it, such a valuable treasure, but it's so hard to have self-control. From now on, instead of actually spinning it, I'll just imagine I'm doing it instead. Wow, this is so much fun! And that's the sound of doing exactly what he just said. Going to bed early is a waste of time for a lively soul. This dream maker makes night fun. Fine, so it is broken and does not work. That is a drawback. Come on, use your imagination. I mean, imagination is only a small step away from a Game & Watch. All worldly matters from time start to its end are said to be recorded in the historic vault. It's so huge, decoding it all is impossible. Its mere existence is said to make one philosophical. Yeah, but isn't it just that one game about the samurai who's the Sis trophy? I think that's what this game is. I don't remember its exact name, sadly. This produces a mysterious shape-induced mental effect in all living creatures. You must simply rotate it. Spin, spin, spin. What fun it must be. This odd rock is completely filled with nostalgia. None can dispute the magical powers of this stone. Can the day when this rock rules the entire universe be far away? This relic rose directly from the sands of time. Its shape invokes waves of sweet nostalgia. Middle-aged men throughout the universe harken back to the days of their youth and grin. They pass on their tales to the next generation, filling them with adventures and romance. Red, the color of memories, of sunsets at the end of the day of play, or of pure embarrassment. No matter how old you grow, you will ever remember the treasure of childhood. Take this gift. Feel the joy that only collectors can savor, the happiness for those who have found them all. Enjoy this wondrous feeling to your heart's content. Children throughout the universe are captivated by the very thought of the cool blue disc. Okatate toy makers are swamped with orders for this popular item. Remember your treasured toys? You took such a good care of them, but some broke anyway. For some reason, this green gyro brings back those memories and causes your heart to quiver. We're getting there, people. We're getting there. The ship's hold is so cluttered and disorganized. I wonder if we're actually finding new treasures or if we're just rediscovering old ones. I mean, honestly, I'm amazed we haven't found duplicates. This food pack makes you want to throw all dietary restrictions out the window and take a bite. This calls out to be opened, peeked inside, and tasted. This temptation-filled item is perfect for those who wish to test the strength of their resolve. A food storage tank of a bewitchingly titanic size. As legend has it, this item is so captivating that the discoverer tried to claim it for himself. I can believe it. Peanut butter's good. A taste of knowledge from a foreign world. This container holds juices of a primitive fruit. If you are a devotee of genuine taste, you cannot pass this up. No matter how much you eat, this magic container is never empty. That is a lie. So go ahead and have a bite. Captain Olimar and his crony used this excuse. They later issued a written apology. Womp, 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 womp. A packed to the brim food container. According to legend, the discoverer of this item found it immediately began to drool. I believe it. According to recent statistics, the elderly people in Hocotate love to eat sweets. Despite them, young people are eating all the spicy food they can get their hands on. Just looking at this artifact makes my mouth feel spicy. When I bring it back, it's sure to be all the rage with surly teens everywhere. Tonight, I think I'll practice signing autographs. I'm not entirely sure why, but all right. Whatever, my dude. This is something that matches machines cannot comprehend. The heart of art, the soul of creativity. If you understand the appeal of this design, your heightened senses are at a space pilot level. It's Snapple. There are many items that look like this one, but the contents are profoundly different. Those in the know are aware of the differences. This particular item should please any buyer. It's Bragoo! Natural beauty fills this design, and merely viewing it entices a righteous thirst. How about it? This cryptic design contains a link between a sight and taste that is unknown on Hocotate. According to the psychology of unknown shapes, gazing at this will let you taste the unknown. It's freaking pickles! Uncontrollable drooling, cannot stop, cannot stop! Interfacing with this ad gives me a non-stop case of drooling. I lie, machines cannot drool. Also, it's freaking yogurt! Behold the overwhelming power of monochrome yellow! Spiciness fills both the eyes and mouth. Irresistible! So they say. Perhaps this is some ancient billboard, but perhaps not. Its authenticity may be in question, but if you can use it for inspiration, you may become a top-flight ad executive. Oof. This esoteric design will make viewers want to get up and move for no apparent reason. Apparently. This is perfect for people who want to diet, but can never seem to get started. Again, so you say. Straight story. When I inspected this item on the planet's surface, I was suddenly overcome with such a raging thirst that I thought I might fall unconscious. Having no tasty beverage at hand, I had to resort to licking the condensation from the inside of my helmet. I feel such shame. As you really probably should. The bizarre insignia on this serrated platter inspires inexplicable feelings of pleasure that can only be replicated by a long, cool drink. Or so I am told. Choose your own happiness. Find the good things in each day. Maintain a positive attitude and good things will come your way. That is what one feels when viewing this cheerful emblem. One glance and you will sit for hours trying to decipher the ultimate purpose of this item. Therein lies its value. It is actually a guide to the world of deep thinking. After much evaluation and processing, this item has been classified as a massive cap. What powerful force might it have held at one time? Only the ages know. An odd symbol that causes thirst cravings in all who view it. Its secrets cannot be deciphered. It's 7-Up! Gulp, 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 ah! I hate those noises with a fiery passion. Give in to your primal feelings and drink to your heart's content. Gaze upon this design and your throat will ache for satisfaction. Why is that? Tell me, please! Stare at this long enough and good ideas are sure to surface. If you're a casual person who relies on others to achieve your goals, then this imagination support item was made for you. And we finally reached the bottom. Lordy. This shocker was one of several weapons wielded by the nightmarish Titan Dweevil. It allowed the creature to smite Pikmin with zaps of lightning. This scorching mechanism was once used by a monstrous Titan Dweevil. The roasting apparatus spew hot jets of flame. I can't keep Louie away from it. He keeps trying to use it to cook sausages and caramelize creme brulee. The absolute freak. This fiendish component was used by the Titan Dweevil. Although it was once a primitive chemical weapon, it is now a weapon of mass hilarity. However that works. This savage water pump was just one of many weapons wielded by the Titan Dweevil. This pump is capable of spraying jets of hyper-pressurized water. This nanotech device gathers negative ions in the atmosphere and converts them into energy. It then releases the energy, zap, use it to relieve muscle soreness and joint stress. One warning, however, it does render the user unconscious. You know, that little detail. In the compressed air cylinder of this flamethrower, liquid gas is lit, producing the fire that gives the weapon its name. It's very dangerous, and good kids know not to play with it. In case you wonder, it cannot be used as a substitute for a spaceship's rocket, and should never be used to cook sausages. Never. Which means Louie most certainly did try to use it as such, and it did not work. You cannot see it, you cannot smell it, yet this weapon would steal your life given the chance. Dark! At least it used to, until I shrewdly exchanged its poisonous gas for hilarious laughing gas. Crafted with an eye for safety, it is the funniest weapon ever devised. So they say. I still don't want to use it. This item automatically detects subterranean waterways. Even if the water is buried a mile deep, This monstrous pump draws liquid any distance, and its almost uncontrollable power is fantastic. Louie is back! Somehow he survived a horrific ordeal with a freakishly large weapon-wielding Titan Dweevil. I entered a hole with an army of ferocious Pikmin, grimly determined to save Louie from the Titan Dweevil, but it seems that he was perfectly fine all along. I can't understand how he managed to avoid being eaten. He's always had an unusually close connection with insects, and I know he loves to cook them. Maybe he wasn't kidnapped after all. Could he have been controlling that beast all along? No, that's craziness. Although he does insist now that we address him by his proper title, the King of Bugs. Yeah, that's foreboding. A new employee of Hokatate Fright. Louie is often silent. Nobody knows what thoughts lurk in his mind. He appears to operate on the same wavelength as insects, often with dangerous results. After he was kidnapped, he somehow managed to hijack a colossal insect's brain, implying that the Titan Dweevil, in fact, was controlled by Louie, and Louie was trying to kill us. Yeah. Not 100% sure what to say about that. Alright, so hey, it's the Titan Dweevil. The largest member of the Dweevil family. This fearsome predator carries protective components that frequently exhibit offensive capabilities. An evolution that may be attributed to mere chance. Another evolutionary theory is that the chemical contents of the container carried by the Titan Dweevil contributes to possible gene splicing. While other Dweevils do not seem to choose the objects they carry, the Titan Dweevil appears to prefer shiny objects above all others. Any other new monsters? I guess I missed one of those beetles thingies. That's unfortunate. And a couple candy pop buds. That's unfortunate, but considering the amount of things I'm about to read, I'm gonna take it as a bit of a minor blessing. You might have noticed, Louie has notes on all of these things now. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. You might find the things he's about to say gross. Yeah, in fact, I'm just gonna straight up tell you. Louie made a cookbook, and he's going to explain how to best culinarily prepare all of the creatures in the Piccolopedia. So, if that's disturbing to you, you're more than free to go. But I've already resolved myself to reading all of this. So here we go. Plump specimens are best spit roasted whole, stuffed with a lime and a slab of bacon. Faced frequently to ensure a magnificent moist haunch. Remove all of the bulborb's hair, wrap the beast in foil along with a halved lemon, and place it directly on the grill. The foil should protect the carcass from scorching, and the lemon will give the meat an elegant hint of citrus. This bulborb's meaty flanks make for deliciously savory steaks that shouldn't be missed, as butterflies harass it. That's a little weird. Although difficult to prepare, this exquisite creature is more than worth the effort. Great in fajitas! Best grilled and served over hot over a bed of fresh spinach and crumpled blue cheese. For a blissful bisque, mince the entire beast finely and stir in with heavy cream, artichoke hearts, and a pinch of black pepper. Heat slowly until piping hot. Rich and creamy. You know, if it weren't bugs he were talking about, this actually would... He does a decent job of making them sound appealing. Still don't want to eat them. For an unrivaled green curry, peel away the spotty bulborb skin, bleh, pulverize the juicy innards, bleh, and stew until curiously fragrant. Bleh. Remove innards. Okay, I can't react that way every time, just power through. Stuff with sage and finely aged prosciutto? Not sure what that is. And broil until golden browned, the ultimate crowned pleasures. This meager creature offers little meat, but its eyeballs are a local delicacy. Try them with okra and a dollop of sour cream. Ugh. Grind the meat and season with allspice, salt, and ground white pepper. Press the seasoned meat into meat satchels, then pan-fry them with onions. Prior to serving, smother the brats with Dijon mustard and sauerkraut. Buns are optional. Deep-fried dumples without batter for all of the flavor with half the fat. No stove? No problem. This sizzling beast practically cooks itself. Remember to thoroughly extinguish the steaks prior to eating. Roast this flavorful beast for several hours, letting it stew in its own succulent juices. Don't worry about overcooking this beast. It's scorch-proof. How can you not overcook something but still cook something? This beast's unrivaled moistness gives it a melt-in-the-mouth quality that's incomparable. Carefully remove every grain of sand, peel back the exoskeleton, and slurp our... Hang this creature on a rack and sun-dry on a hot afternoon. When suitably crisp, grind the sun-dried beast into powder. Makes a great substitute for cayenne or curry powder. Since this creature's feather-light skin, and slice it into triangles, deep fry until crispy, and salt generously. Makes the perfect scooping chip to accompany fresh mango salsa. I swear, some of these things like you never would have expected. Slice the meat into tender cutlets and vigorously apply a lime and pepper rub. Pan fry until lightly crusted, accompanied with watercress and drizzle with freshly prepared tamarind sauce. Remove the cannon and ammo stockpile, then vigorously tenderize the meat with a heavy mallet. Stir fry with caramelized onions and figwort sprouts. Spoon over a steaming bowl of fluffy white rice and douse with chili sauce. An essential flavored acidulate ingredient in gumbo and jambalaya. Also delicious in soups, broths, and marinades. This precious treat is exceptionally rare. I could sell it back home for a fortune. Then I can use it to cash to upgrade my kitchen, buy galactic class ingredients, and even star in my own cooking show, The Insect Gourmet. I don't know how many people would actually watch that, but I'm sure someone would. For an unforgettable quiche, slice this creature up and mix with 4 eggs, 2 vine-ripe tomatoes, dried zucchini, and generous handfuls of feta and Swiss. Bake until crusty and golden. The beast is most flavorful if caught and cooked just after laying its eggs. Ooh! Spread several specimens in the bottom of a casserole dish and layer with sliced avocado. Bake until the meat is choice and the cheese is lusciously browned. Delicious skillet seared or sauteed with scallions and a red Genovian sauce. Genovese sauce? I don't even know. Boil in the shell with a pinch of salt until bright red and serve piping hot with tartar sauce. Grate this beast into a zest and whisk with sugar, cream, and chopped dark chocolate for a luscious ingredient mousse that's a true culinary coup de grace. Arch coup de grace. Drain the electrical charge before boiling. Although it is possible eating an android beetle while it's charged, doing so may result in unpleasant tingling sensation. Flash fry with garlic and red chilies in a hot pan, then sprinkle with grated gorgonzola. Some dinner guests may find the legs unappealing, so it's best to remove them before serving. Yeah, that's the part that's unappealing. Shuck from the shell, bake on high heat until crispy, then dip in a pot of melted milk chocolate. Lip-smackingly sweet. Ew. Pull off the balloon-like air sacs, mince the meaty abdomen, and shape it into small cakes. Pan-sear the cakes until crusted, but be careful not to overcook the delicate meat. When ready to serve, garnish the plate with the vibrant air sacs. Even the most discerning dinner guest will be dazzled by the colorful presentation. Somebody had to write all this. Remove the wings and discard the remainder of the beast. Enjoy the luxurious wafer-thin wings with fine water-dumple caviar. Ew. Remove the wings, marinate a well-marbled steak for several hours in a chipotle marinade, then charbroil to perfection. How much further do I gotta go? Extract meat from the exoskeleton and sear on all sides in a hot wok to seal in the flavor. Top the dish off with a splash of spicy peanut sauce. Similar in taste and texture to gelatin, this jiggling mass of jelly can be sculpted into all kinds of creative shapes. As a bonus, it also doubles as a professional-grade hair gel. It's the perfect cool summer treat. The fate of Jelly Jiggler is a sad one. Like a fine cheese, the aroma of this fluid floater can be oppressive, but its flavor must be experienced to be believed. Also makes an unforgettable non-dairy spread. Inedible. Effects of consumption include uncontrollable arm flailing and enthusiastic dishwashing. Raw andone dweevil makes for an unforgivable sushi treat, but if it's not prepared for by an expert hand with exacting precision, consumption could result in a jolting electrical explosion of apocalyptic proportion. The search for a gourmet, high-protein salad topping alternative to bacon bits is over. Grind this spicy dweevil into a tasty micro-chunks and toss them generously over your salad to add instant flair and flavor. Exposure to even extreme heat doesn't seem to rid this creature of deposits of potent gas. It's probably best for everyone if you avoid eating this hazardous fare. This scorching species combusts upon contact with the tongue, only edible by the adventurous and asbestos-tongued. Pan-sear with herbs and oil until lightly crusted on the outside and rosy on the inside. Complement the savory flavors with a light and a buttery cream sauce. Log pulls can be eaten raw, but they're much more flavorful when steamed or grilled. Also heavenly in risotto. Feel free to experiment with this lush ingredient. Wollywogs are best ground up, shaped into a patty, and flame broiled on a grill. Slap on tomato slices, lettuce, onions, ketchup, slide that patty between a sesame seed bun for the ultimate beast burger experience. Beer battered! Not something I would have expected to read. And deep fry for a down-home flavor you won't soon forget. This flour's tough texture makes it unsuitable for salads, but its bright blue hue makes for a grandiose garnish. This convenient purple flour secretes a dark, flavorful oil that eliminates the need for salad dressing. This elusive flour spoils within seconds of picking, making it unsuitable for cooking. Eating this flour leads to spectacular, breathtaking indigestion. Spectralids don't provide a lot of meat, but the exquisitely elegant wings are surprisingly tasty, particularly when expertly prepared with a sweet, candied glaze. This superb amalgamation of juicy meat and leafy greens ensures that this skitter leaf will be the new spinach. When thinly sliced, this predator's sizable bowl makes a scrumptious pizza topping. Do not ruin a pizza with that garbage. Although the eggs are small, the yolk has a distinctively bold and tangy flavor. Try tossing a few in a pan along with your choice of meat and fresh vegetables and cook up a country scramble. Inedible. Tastes like chicken. Then it's not inedible now, is it? Bread bugs are hearty and nutritious, but also bland and unimaginative. They may be palatable in a pinch, but they hold no true culinary promise. Burn, I guess. Mildly poisonous. May result in nausea, headache, fever, fatigue, chest pains, paralysis, loss of bone density, moodiness, feral rage, sauciness, dilly-dallying, strokes of brilliance, and untimely doom. Rapturous fresh or sauteed. This illuminating fungus will be hot in the galaxy's trendiest restaurants. On a quest for the perfect hors d'oeuvres, slow cook this plant in a wood-fire oven, but be careful to only serve the tender palate. This titillating ingredient tastes impossibly fresh, but you must cook it immediately after picking. If you don't, it'll go bad within minutes. Young leaves are only suitable in garden salads. Use the flour to add color to your dishes. Dried, roasted, and finely ground, the root of this plant makes a passable coffee substitute. Nasty-ass bean juice. Inedible. None effects include uncontrollable episodes of impromptu breakdancing. Inedible. Plagues victims with potent, debilitating cramps. Remove and discard the primitive scaly leaves, then blanch the tender stalk in a buttery broth. Can be eaten fresh out of the soil, but it's much more flavorful when incorporated into a heavenly veggie lasagna. Sun-dry the leaves for several days, then grind them with a mortar and pestle. The resulting herbs grant an aromatic, earthy flavor to mutton and poultry dishes. Inedible, and yet strangely delicious. Now it's time for the bosses! For a sophisticated delicacy, make a pâte de foie gras from this massively obese creature's liver, and spread it over a sesame cracker. Ugh. I'll never understand the consumption of liver. Out of all the organs, it makes the least amount of sense to me. It's literally a sponge in the body used to soak up toxins. That's so weird. Slice the serpentine torso into thin medallions. Skewer on a metal rod with hokkaishi and onions and barbecue over an open flame. Poisonous. Consumption results in prolonged writhing and uncontrollable mirth. To prep the tongue for cooking, marinate in olive oil and chop into cubes. The tongue. Stir in a pot with carrots, potatoes, chives, cover, and simmer over low heat for several hours, accompanying this mouth-watering rustic stew with a hearty roll. Although cooking this colossal beast yields a mountain of meat, every ounce of it is flavorless, only suitable for intergalactic all-you-can-eat buffets. You haven't lived until you've tasted a mint-braised snaglet shank. Almost said skank. Or if you're feeling especially saucy, stuff a bird with a can of your favorite savory nectar, throw it on the barbecue, and let the juices mingle to make a mean beverage canister snaglet. Blech. Although the meat is a bit on the metallic side, the oil makes a mouth-watering gravy or lucrative vinaigrette. That's weird. All of this is weird. The gills are best prepared deep-fried in an herb and breadcrumb batter, also tasty poached and drenched with fine soy sauce. Inedible. Known to cause mass hysteria, followed by leg spasms and internal thunderings. Understandable. Don't consume the water wraith. Desert meats are all the rage on Hokutate. When the planet's finest chefs hear about this kind of sorbet, pies, and parfaits you can make with this claw meat on this sweet beast, they'll clamor for every morsel we bring home. Yeah, I really don't feel like dessert meats should be a thing. Neither boiling nor baking can diminish this creature's overpowering musky scent, only suitable for serving to unpleasant in-laws. Eaten raw, this predator's luxurious legs are bold and full-flavored, but a satisfying crunch. And with that extraordinarily weird note, that's roughly everything there is that I can provide to you guys on Pikmin 2. I hope you enjoyed this truly bizarre walk down these interesting insights of the characters we hold so dear. Yeah, I don't really know how much else to end it. I just hope you enjoyed yourselves, and I'll see you all next time in whatever it is I'm working on. See you then.